again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I am delighted to share with you the corner to corner kaleidoscope blanket. Absolutely love how this came out. And, well, we've got a bit of chit-chatting to do before we actually get started because it is a process. It's not a difficult process, but there are a couple of things that I do want to go over before we get started. Okie dokie. So, first things first, the name. This is, as I said, the C2C or corner-to-corner kaleidoscope blanket. Now, the format, we're actually starting from the center and we're going to work our way out. So the direction is not going corner to corner, but the stitches that we use are in the corner to corner stitch style. Okay, so that being said, it's a matter of semantics. Now, as far as yarn and color choices, personally, I would suggest use at least 3 colors for maximum effect. I decided on a dark tone, a middle tone, and a light tone for maximum contrast. You can, of course, use whatever it is that you want, but there are certain things that I would recommend more than others, okay? Solid colors will totally work beautifully for this project. Variegateds, if it's a quick changing variegated that is sort of choppy and spotty, that actually I think would work out rather well because you would have a piece that all has the same thing going on. If, however, it is an ombre or a yarn that has a long color change, you're not going to end up with any sort of symmetry in your piece. So if symmetry is something that is, something that you want, I wouldn't suggest those colorways, okay? As far as the weight of yarn, whatever weight you want to use, whether it's a 3 weight or a 4 weight, that's totally fine, but make sure that all of the yarn that you're using is the same weight. Also, preferably the same fiber content. If you're using wool, make sure that the entire thing is made out of wool. If it's acrylic, same deal, okay? For this particular project, I used Lion Brand's Pound of Love because I knew that I was going to need the yardage, and that's one of the reasons why I love using this yarn so much. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but I like to let you know what it is that I use in case if you want to duplicate the results. Now, yardage being said, each skein is over 1,000 yards. I used 1 skein of the charcoal gray, 1 skein of the olive green, and I just went into a 2nd skein of the antique white. So yes, you are going to need a lot of yardage. By the way, this is a weight of 4 and it is 100% acrylic. As far as hook size, I used a 5.5 millimeter size I crochet hook, and yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Now, I only used the 3 colors. You can use as many as you want to. However, what I would strongly suggest is as you're working your piece, just try to be sure to use each color more than once throughout the piece, because that way your eye won't get sort of drawn into a particular spot, because if you see one color in one spot of the blanket, your eye is going to be drawn to it, and it's going to be sort of like a magnetizing beacon. It's like, ooh, I'm going to look here, and then you're not going to focus on the rest of the blanket. Flow is important. At any rate, as far as the overall design, you can do a lot of different things, and I'm going to go into different techniques that you can do. You can follow along, implicitly, or you can go in a different direction. Totally up to you. You can make this blanket 1,000,000 times and end up with something different, each and every time. Yeah, so there you go. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Okie dokie. So, starting off with round 1, and I'm going to be using the antique white to begin with. So start off with a slip knot, and a chaining of 7. By the way, I'm using that same size hook, the 5.5 millimeter. So start off with a chaining of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then into the 4th chain from the hook, double crochet, and double crochet into the next 3 chains, and that is going to be our first little block. And there you go. Really, really, really simple. Now, this is very much similar to the top-down, corner-to-corner style shawl that I did recently, where we also started with 5 double crochets, and that's because we need 1 at either end with 3 untouched ones in the middle. It will make more sense as we keep going. So that's round 1, so to speak. Round 2. This one is actually going to be a round, unlike this little doodad here. I'm going to start off by chaining up 3. And we're going to work around this double crochet with a couple of doubles. So we've got 1, 2, and we're going to want a total of 5. However, we're going to finish the 5th one when we come back to it after we go all the way around. So at this point, after having a total of 3 doubles, the chaining of 3 counts as 1, then we did 2. So let's do 1 more, but we need to finish at this point right here. So chain 3, and then slip stitch to the base. So right now we've got a total of 4 doubles. From this point, we're going to create a block on top of here. To do that, we need to chain 6. By the way, as always, the timestamps will be in the description box as per usual. So chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then in the 4th chain, double crochet, and then double crochet into the next 2 chains, okay, so we've got our block. Now we need to lock it down. So in the space in between these last 2 doubles, slip stitch, like so. So we've got 2. We need 1 here, and then we also need 1 here. So to create the block up here, chain up 3. So that's 1 double, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th is going to be a chaining of 3 and a slip stitch. So chain 3, and then bring it down here with a slip stitch and lock it in. So you end up with 5 after all. Okay, now we need another block up top here, just like we did down here. Chain 6. And then double crochet into that 4th chain. Double into the next 2 chains. There we go. And then going to lock it into place you could go into this space here or into the base right there. Either or is fine. So slip stitch into there. And then, last but not least, like I said, we started with 4. We need to finish with 5, just like we have on this side. We need 5 on this side. So chain up 3 and slip stitch just to the top here. And there you go. That is the end of round 2. Okay, round 3. Going to start off by, well, we could go in one of 2 directions with this one. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing a block on here, I think. So I'm going to do a chaining of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then into that 4th chain, double crochet. Double crochet into the next 2 chains. Okay, and then lock it into place by doing a slip stitch right over here. There we go. Okay, then chain up 3, double crochet underneath this bar here, 3 doubles, for a total of 4 doubles. Then slip stitch underneath here, lock it in, and then we need a couple of doubles on top of here. So chain up 3, 3 doubles, 1, 2, oop, I missed apply. Okay, so I've got a total of 4. The chaining of 3 does count. So for the 5th, chain 3 and anchor with a slip stitch at the base. There we go. And then from here, if you turn your work, we can work into this bar here. So we were holding it like this, now we're turning it like this, and we're going to work underneath this double crochet here. So scooting right down with 3 doubles, and then the 4th, chain 3, thank you, and slip stitch to the base, and there you go. So you can see that we're creating sort of a square / diamond type shape. Let's just pull out some more yarn here. Okay, from here we need to create a block on top of here. Now if you're ever in doubt, see, these go vertical, and it's always sort of a checkerboard type fashion. As you can see, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So this one up top here needs to be horizontal. To get those, chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double crochet into the 4th chain, and then double into the next 2 chains. There we go. And then lock it into place with a slip stitch. Okay. Then we need to work a square in here. So we're going to turn our work this way, chain up 3, add 3 doubles underneath this bar here, There we go. So we've got our 4 doubles, slip stitch join right into there. And then up here, we need a vertical alignment. So chain up 3, add 3 more doubles, and then the 5th one, it's going to be a chaining of 3 and a slip stitch anchor. There we go. All right, and we are almost done with the 3rd round. I just need another square right here. Now, it has to be in a horizontal position, which means we're going to tilt again and utilize this bar down here. So underneath that bar, double, 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 and then figure I can do, I could go in actually several different ways, but you know what I think I'm going to do? I think what I'm going to do is going to do my chaining of 3 and then slip stitch join. It's sort of like a puzzle that you can figure out as you go, as long as the direction of the squares, you know, is alternating, because vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, you know, and then it follows suit with the rest of them. It totally works. So I think let's do another round together. Technically speaking, you can just keep going in this exact same manner for the entire blanket, just doing a center out, corner to corner style blanket. Yeah, you totally could, but then it wouldn't be a kaleidoscope now, would it? So I figure I'm going to do one more round, and then that will get us set up for the next step. Alrighty. Okay, round 4. So we're going to do one more round for this centerpiece. And from here, I think the best option would be to start our next block up here, actually. So to get up there, I'm going to chain up 3 and slip stitch right in there. So we got up there. Now we need another vertical box on top of this horizontal box. So chain up 3. Add a couple of doubles. So we've got 4 at this point. We need our 5th to be a chaining of 3 and anchor it down at the bottom with a slip stitch. So yes, you are going to need 5 doubles at this point and at this point when we get there. And that's important, like I said before, because as you notice, we have 3 doubles that are sort of unscathed, and because we have this one being covered and this one being covered. So yeah, whenever you're at one of the absolute points, you want a total of 5 doubles at any rate. From here, we need a vertical here, so we're going to use this stitch right here, going in with a double, okay, so we've got 3 doubles right there. The 4th one, it's going to be a chaining of 3 and a slip stitch anchor. There we are. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. 3 doubles. And then chain 3 and slip stitch anchor. There we go. Okay, so up here we need a horizontal, so that is a chaining up of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the 4th chain, double. Double into the next 2 chains, yes. And slip stitch anchor to this side right here. Okay, then here we need a vertical. So chain up 3. 3 more doubles. And anchor with a slip stitch. And we need another vertical right here. So chain up 3. Add 3 doubles. Okay. And then slip stitch anchor. There we go. And right here, we need another vertical. So chain up 3. 3 more doubles. There we go. And then, so we have the 4. Like I said, we're going to need a total of 5. So we have the 4, chain 3, and then slip stitch anchor to make the 5th double there. And we're going to work our way across here. But, you know, this down here, it's all done. It's looking pretty already. Okay, so we just finished these 5 at this endpoint here. Now we have to scooch down here with 3 doubles. And then a chaining of 3. And an anchor. There we go. Then we need to do that again around this stitch right here. 3 doubles, and then a chain 3 anchor. So I got the 3 doubles, chain 3, and anchor. There. So here we need another horizontal. So chain up 6. Into the 4th, do a double, and double into the next 2 chains. There we go. And then anchor it down right here. There. And we are very close to being done. We need to do 1 here and then 1 here. So we're currently at this spot right here. So right here, we need another vertical. Now, don't be afraid to turn your work if it makes more sense to you. So from here, need to chain up 3. And underneath this bar, 3 more doubles. There we are. And then slip stitch right here. Okay, and then we need another vertical right here, so chain up 3. Now, right now I'm adding 2 doubles, And then we have this one here. So it technically counts as 4 if I so choose to do that. Or I could add another one to sort of flesh it out. Either way, if a man was riding by on horseback, would he really notice the difference? Doubtful. Like for instance, we could just for argument's sake see what it looks like at this moment right now. I could slip stitch into this space or where this stitch actually joins, and we'll take a look. How does that look with the overall effect? Yeah, see, that works. That totally works. And so what I'm probably going to do is leave off here as far as this being my center square, and then we're going to work off of this. Now, as far as, personal preference and choices, well, there are options. Like I said before, what you can quite conceivably do is just keep going in this exact same fashion around and around and around as long as you want to, and make a center out blanket like this. Or you can also change colors as many times as you want to, or use a slow color change variegated yarn as, many times as you want to. Yeah, that's totally an option. However, for this particular project, the Kaleidoscope design, I'm going to leave off here as far as this particular color. And then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to change colors and add on to this in the Kaleidoscope, technique, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim my ends, sew in my ends, and get all situated and ready for the next tier. Alrighty, my dears, so that's going to conclude today's video on the corner to corner kaleidoscope blanket crochet along. Say that 5 times fast. Well, I hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation as always, and let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below. Really excited about continuing on with this, and, it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time to get through all of this because there's a lot of techniques and segments involved. Whenever we add another section on, I call that a tier, if you will. And we're going to go into several different ways of how you can develop your tiers so that you can create a really fun, fabulous, unique blanket all your own. So, all that being said, thank you again for joining me today. And you know what to do until next time, right? I want you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.